I take these every single day. Now, if you want to know why, make sure you watch this video all the way through and I will tell you why all these tablets need to be taken daily. Before we get into this video, guys, I want to quickly tell you guys we are holding some humongous giveaways, iTunes cards, Google Play cards, and much more to be entered into these giveaways that we're going to be announcing winners every single day. Make sure you smash that like button. The second step, guys, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you can't be entered, so make sure you are subscribed right now if you want to be entered. And comment on this video, you know, maybe the most touching part of the video or something like that. I don't know, guys, but so simple steps, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment, and then you will be entered straight into the giveaway, guys. It's pretty easy. Stay awesome, and let's get into the rest of this video. We're going to be announcing the giveaway winner sometime through this video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, guys, we just got back from a pretty long day out, and what we're actually going to be doing for you today is a pretty different video than what we usually do, but it's pretty much going to be telling you guys how Johnny almost died. And it's a pretty crazy story, so stay tuned, guys. It's going to be pretty, intense, but stay tuned. It's going to be good, hopefully. Alright, guys, so we're here in our area right now, and we thought, you know what? Today we were thinking a lot about YouTube and where it all began and where we started and how many subscribers we actually have achieved so far. And we thought when we first started, YouTube was one of the biggest things pushing Johnny when he actually had his disease, and he's still got it, but we're going to tell you pretty much how everything worked and how it still works and how close Johnny actually could have been to death and how close he was to death without even... So pretty much I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but Johnny's going to take you through this a lot more in depth, but it was a horrifying thing for me as a brother to experience. You know, your brother being so sick and ill and not being able to do anything about it was really hard, but we always had YouTube, and that was one of the things that we would always, you know, work at together, and it was one of the biggest things and most enjoyable things for Johnny, especially. Like when we started making videos and stuff, he always had that smile on his face, even though things were really rough. But Johnny's going to take you through what actually went down and how it worked and everything, and get ready for this story, guys, because it's a pretty tough story. You might cry. So it all started, guys. Basically what happened was I was just, you know, doing my normal day, doing whatever I normally do in a day. I think I was actually just home from some sport. I used to do a lot of sport back in the day, but I was actually just back from sport, and I was taking my socks off, and I actually realized there was actually some puffing in my legs. And I was like, what the heck's this? Like, because my socks had actually dented into my ankles. So I was like, whoa, like, this is a bit crazy. I don't know what this is. I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. But I was like, you know what, it's probably nothing. I'm just going to forget about it. I'm not going to worry about it. It just looks cool. I just found it amusing. Didn't really think anything of it. I actually remember you showing me that, and I was just like, that doesn't look right. But we thought it was just going to go overnight or something like that. So basically, guys, I went to bed that night thinking nothing was wrong and just, you know, really living life normally, just as I normally would. So then, next morning I wake up, my eyes were really, really puffy, like really puffy. I could barely even see through them, guys. I could literally not see through them. That's how puffy they were. So Tommy and my brothers and sisters were kind of like, why do you look like that? Why does your face look like really retarded? This wasn't just a one-night thing. This was happening for weeks. This has been happening for weeks before this as well. And the puffy legs too. Probably even a month or two before this. And we were just like, why are your eyes always puffy in the morning? Yeah. I don't understand it. The leg thing, though, that was a later realization. But yeah, keep on going. So basically, I got up, had puffy eyes. I had it for a while. I didn't think anything of the eyes, but until I saw the legs as well, that's when I kind of got a bit suspicious. So I went up to my dad, basically, and I was like, Dad, look at this, look how cool this is. And I pushed my finger, and my finger probably went about this far into my leg. Like, it just dented right in. Now, not through the bone, but through, like, the skin. Like, it just dented into the leg like that. So I was like, look how cool that is. He's like, that doesn't seem right. Let's book you a GP right now. And so my mum booked me, obviously, the GP. So basically, I went to the GP. I've never really been to the hospital much in my life. Only thing I've been for is when I was playing footy, someone elbowed me in the nose, slit my eye, cut my face. I had to get stitches all over my face. I was really bad. Broke my nose. It was bad. Blood everywhere. Basically terrible, but that's the only other time I've basically been to the hospital. But yeah, so I went into the GP, and he was like, you don't seem very healthy, and what this looks like is something to do with your kidneys. I don't want to alarm you or anything like that, but yeah, it looks like something's wrong with you. So then he got some blood tests done. He booked me some blood tests. I think I went the next day, I went that day to get the blood tests. So they took the blood obviously out of me. I think it was like 6 or 7 vials to like try and check everything, every sort of possibility. So I went home that night, you know, had a good sleep, woke up the next day, went back to the GP to get the results. So as I'm going back to the GP, I'm thinking, you know, what could it be? He said something kidney. I was typing up a bit of research saying, you know, puffy eyes, you know, it might mean you got something to do with your kidneys, like a disease or something. But yeah, went back to the GP and he basically said to me, like, this is very, very serious. Like, very serious. So basically what happened was, as soon as I got into the GP, he's like, this looks very bad. It's looking like you have a kidney, something wrong with your kidneys. We're gonna send you to emergency instantly. Like, he didn't give me 5 minutes, he didn't give me 10 minutes, he didn't say go home, go to emergency, or go to the hospital tomorrow. I had to instantly drive to emergency. Basically, he told me that my blood test showed that I could have had a stroke at any minute. Like, all my levels were really, really bad. So basically, I could have had a stroke at any minute. I had dangerously high blood pressure, which means high blood pressure is not good. That's like kind of what gives you a stroke as well. So both of those things were really bad. So I went straight to the emergency. So while I was at the emergency hospital, basically it was a long process, guys. I was there for 2 days straight, just sitting there through. It was honestly pain. Like, I wasn't feeling very good because, you know, you just get some bad news that something wrong with you. I felt worse. My legs, my eyes were really puffy, and I just, you know, was kind of feeling like this is bad. I don't like this. This is. Now I'm like, we're texting our brothers and like sisters and family, and like they're freaking out. What's going on? Is he alright? I don't like making other people feel bad, but like they needed to know because I know how much they wanted to know. So I felt really bad at that time while I was in the hospital at emergency. I felt so bad for them because I know how much they were worrying about me. But yeah, so I was in the emergency. They were trying to see what was wrong. They had like the specialists for kidney diseases. They had the specialist doctors there for me, trying to see what was wrong. So the kidney disease specialist actually checked my my urine and checked that there was actually a lot of protein in my urine and actually a lot of blood in my urine, which are two bad things. You don't want to have either of those in your urine, obviously. But yeah, those two bad things. So they gave me 3 options. They said option number 1 is you can get on prednisolone, which is a tablet that like really, I'll tell you guys a bit later, really is bad for you. Then there is another option where we could do nothing. That's one of the options. And then the third option was get a kidney biopsy to see exactly what I have. Now they said it might not show us exactly, but we're pretty certain we'll get to know what I have if we did the kidney biopsy. But obviously it's the biopsy, they gotta cut into you and stuff like that, which is pretty dangerous, which is obviously pretty dangerous. But yeah, they said they've gotta do any of these 3 options, is obviously my choice. So basically I was talking with my dad and mom saying, you know, what do you think I should do? You know, what do you think's the smartest option? And we said, you know, well, maybe we should just try the prednisolone, because they said that usually gets rid of it instantly. If that is the right tablets for me, it will get rid of it like that. So by the way, guys, when all this was happening with the doctors in the emergency room, I was at home with all my brothers and sisters, and they weren't sending us anything. They weren't telling us nothing. All we knew was he was sick and they rushed him to an emergency. So you can imagine how hard it was for us at home, just like, what is happening? What's going down? And they weren't telling us nothing. It was the worst thing ever. We were just all sitting around like trying to call, trying to text, and they had their phones off, and it was so bad. It was such a bad experience for us. But yeah, obviously it was a worse experience for Johnny, because he was actually getting told all this bad news and we just didn't even know about it. It was just like one day before you were fine, the next day he's got this problem, and it was crazy. It's a crazy feeling. So I was on prednisolone for about 6 weeks. Now what this did to me, I don't know if you guys have seen, but I have old pictures of me where my face literally swelled out like a balloon. Like, what did it look like? You tell me. I'll tell you exactly what it looked like. It looked like somebody had gotten helium. It's like somebody had gotten a helium, put it in his mouth, and just blown his head up. It was this big, literally. It was just a round bubble. And he actually gained a lot of acne from this as well. So it was like his whole face was swelled up. He had acne, and people were just like, when he would walk down the street, they were looking at him like he was a freak. And I felt bad for him, trust me, because I was like, at that stage as well, I actually had a lot of acne as well, so we were kind of like the acne brothers. So, I mean, pretty much we were the acne brothers. It was like, and now look at our faces, they're nowhere near as dirty, but yeah, Johnny's face has gotten a lot clearer. It was like bubbled. I actually think we can get him a picture. We probably can. We'll try and pop one up on the screen if we have one. If we don't, sorry guys, but we'll pop one up for you, hopefully. So yeah, my face looked terrible. I felt really bad. Like guys, I was at an all-time low at that point. I basically just sat in my room thinking of YouTube, because me and Tommy, that's what really was keeping me going. YouTube, family, and God, they were the 3 things that kept me like focused on life, like just living day to day. I used to play a lot of computer games as well, like just to take my mind off it, but mainly YouTube, guys. I put basically hours of focus into it. Along with Tommy, we were sitting there, we'd plan, we'd talk, and that was the only thing getting me through this tough time, because I looked like absolute crap. Like, I looked seriously terrible, and it honestly just brings your confidence down. So in a way, YouTube kind of saved Johnny from this problem. Okay guys, so the second option that they actually gave Johnny, this was the option that they were actually, well, it was kind of a consideration at the time, and that was the option to do nothing and just hope that your kidneys go back to normal and fix themselves. If Johnny had taken this second option, and it was a real consideration, it's not even a joke, he would be dead right now. That's the truth, he would be dead. And there actually will pop up an image right now showing of what would have happened to his kidneys. They would have bubbled up completely. They would have completely just surrounded and literally not allowed him to live. He would be dead right now. This channel would not be here. We would not be providing this content for you guys. So I'm so happy that we chose the first option. It was just like, imagine we chose the second option. And it was a serious consideration, because Johnny was like, well, I think I can just beat it on my own, to be honest. But I think I would have, but
he probably would have,
because
Johnny's a pretty strong guy, but a lot of people have died by taking that first option, trying to beat it on their own. But
it's not the smart option.
Yeah, pretty much just went the safe option. It was a longer option, but it was the safe option, and we ended up making the correct decision.
Yeah. So after all of this, so the Predicinal didn't work. I was on it for 6 weeks, and it just did not work. Didn't do me any favors. Actually made me get worse. Didn't hold anything back. I felt worse. I looked worse. It made me worse. It just didn't help me at all. It was the wrong option we chose. Luckily, we didn't choose the first option, because I would have died then. But yeah, we chose the wrong option with that one. Basically, what we decided to do then was actually go and get a kidney biopsy, which is obviously where they shove something in your back, and it's pretty gruesome. I basically, with the kidney biopsy, went into it and was awake. I was awake the whole time.
He's not going to tell you the actual story. I'll tell you the actual story.
Tell him the story.
Pretty much, this is what had to happen. He was going in to get a kidney biopsy, and this is what it pretty much is. Pretty much what they had to do was they actually had to cut into his back. I don't know what they cut with, but it was supposedly a really thick either needle or knife sort of thing, and what they did is they actually got a machine, went in there and grabbed out parts of his kidneys multiple times. Now, that's not the crazy part, because normally people would be like, okay, you can't see it, so you can't feel it, right? They put in a drug, they numb your back. This is the crazy part. Johnny here didn't get any numbing anything. So pretty much, he felt getting stabbed in the back multiple times. He didn't get any of the numbing drugs to numb his back. He wasn't asleep. He wasn't anything. He was just under there. And the doctor, when he came out, he said, this kid is the strongest kid I've ever seen. He said, I've seen fully grown adults do this with being numbed and still cry. And he did it without being numbed, and he was only, 15 at the time. So, ugh.
Also, whilst they did the kidney biopsy, I was feeling like they were going through the muscle, so I was like, they like shoved that needle through the muscle. The sounds were like, I can never get them out of my head. That's how terrible they were. But I'm actually going to show you guys a bit of my tablets right now that I actually take. I'm just going to quickly run you through what I take from day to day. It's pretty, crazy. Also, I've been doing blood tests and a 24-hour urine for about 2 weeks since 2015 to now, 2017. I've been going every 2 weeks to get blood tests done and 24-hour urine tests done. Now, this has been absolutely torture. Like, going to get 6 vials of blood from you taken every 2 weeks, the needle. Some people are really bad at using the needle and they shove it in and it hurts, especially going through the same vein every time. It doesn't feel like right, but it happens. I have to do it every 2 weeks just to make sure my levels aren't too high. So after I got blood tests again, the results came back and I actually had membranous nephropathy, which is actually the kidney disease I've got right now. Basically what I need to do to stop this is actually go on a tablet called tacrolimus. So I'll show you guys this right now. So this one is my magnesium that I've got to take every day. I've got to take 2 of them. Then this one is my D3 that I actually have to take 1 of them at nighttime when I eat. This is when I eat at night and when I eat in the morning. This one is blood pressure before I go to bed. I take 1 tablet of those. This one is when I eat in the morning. I got to take that blood pressure tablet. This one is when I eat. I've got to take that one to protect my stomach. This one is when I wake up at, I think it's like 8 o'clock. I've got to take this one. at 8 o'clock in the morning and then 8 o'clock at night. So I've got to, and I can't eat 2 hours before and I can't eat 1 hour after, which sucks so much. I hate that. Same with this one. I've got to take it at 8 o'clock in the morning. Same sort of thing. Can't eat. 8 o'clock at night, can't eat. And this one, which I got to take at 8 o'clock in the morning as well and 8 o'clock at night. Now, these ones are really bad for you. What they actually do is shut down your immune system, so my immune system can't fight against any other problems that come at me. Every morning I got to urinate in this to make sure that all my levels are alright and that nothing's wrong with me. I also have to check my blood pressure every morning and every night, which is also really, really annoying. So I've actually got to take my tablets right now. I'm just going to quickly take them so you guys can see how I take them. So these are 2 of the tablets that I take. Also, I have uncontrollably shaky hands that I can't do anything about. That sucks. That's awful. So yeah, that's basically me just taking my tablets, which sucks. What the current situation of my kidney disease is right now is it's currently looking better. The doctors aren't 100% sure that it's going to be fully healed anytime soon, but it's currently looking better. So I'm going to have to keep taking these tablets probably every day for another 1.5 years, maybe even longer, which sucks a lot. I could end up taking them for my whole life. Hopefully not. That's what I pray doesn't happen. But yeah, it's pretty serious.
So pretty much, guys, a humongous thank you to all of you guys, because you guys have pretty much allowed us to, you know, you guys have pretty much given us a place to upload our videos and enjoy what we upload for you guys, and pretty much given Johnny a lot of happiness and helped him get through this kidney disease one day at a time. So thank you all so much. Thank you guys for saying so awesome. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking our videos. It really means a lot to us. And thanks for all the comments you guys give. That helps a lot as well. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have enjoyed, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you later, guys. See you later, guys.
Bye. So, guys, the winner for today's giveaway is Jermaine Plays. He's been an awesome subscriber. Thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing. You've won, man. Send us a personal message on YouTube, and we will give you an iTunes card, Google Play card, and yeah, speak to you then, man. But thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to us.